Dear colleagues, good day. Today with you are Viacheslav Krasnov, Marketing Excellence Business Partner, Shtata, Russia and CIS, and Ksenia Seregina, OCM Senior Business Partner, Shtata, Russia and CIS. Today we will be talking about a really interesting topic, using digital approaches in complicated case, promotion of website for a narrow doctor segment. Today, during this presentation, you will find out the following. Why is it relevant? What are the latest data of research exist? What capabilities and obstacles there are? Why do the manufacturers need it? And what can help to achieve the success? What website KPIs and plan of media promotions should be set? What is the business impact? And we will summarize everything for you to choose what can be used in your everyday work. This is a most relevant topic because I guess everyone has faced a matter of creation of content. What should there be? How we should publish it on websites and how should we bring the audience? Today, the information is exchanged very fast. That is why you need to satisfy the user very fast. You need to find it on the internet, get him interested, bring it to the website, and to keep its attention in place. Let's talk about the numbers. Why is it relevant and what is behind those? In general, 81% of the internet users in Russia, the doctors are quite close to this number. 7 out of 10 doctors are active users of the internet. What is important for us? The ad campaign in the internet space. Context ads, Yandex or Google, RTB Medcraft targets or social media, all of those things are helping us to find our target audience. On the other hand, we need to prepare the content in different formats: webinars, articles, lectures, infographics, etc. But the most important is that we can develop such content both with the influencers and opinion leaders and without them. Moreover, it's important to generate the relevant traffic for the website. In this case, KPI is the registration of a doctor by the low price or CPA. What do the research show? The share of digital is about 30%, and it has grown. It has doubled compared to pre-COVID period. We are not taking the previous pandemic or this stage of pandemic when the digital values have been growing fast, but once again, it has been doubled compared to a year and a half ago. The biggest contribution to digital is remote contacts and webinars. And most important is that we do understand that this digital contribution is stable, and we do not see that is going to go down in future. So where do the doctors search for information in digital? What information are they looking for? You can see that the influence of the medical representative on receiving the information is not minimum, but actually most of the information is being found by the doctors on their own. And if we take a look to the left of this slide, we will see that the general information, the information about various treatments and various medical drugs. So this information is more like self-education, so help yourself. This is something that doctors do outside their work. Moreover, the doctors, during the last year and a half, started using new digital sources of information. This is a peculiarity of providing the data, and now in the reports we can see the data from professional blogs on YouTube, on Instagram. These are the audio and video podcasts in the professional field. But most important for us is that the doctor is just like a regular person who is not an expert in the healthcare. They all receive information both from the professional websites and from podcasts. The doctors are spending more time on the internet right now, so you can see it clearly that the amount of doctors who are spending more than 3 hours on the internet has grown significantly. So we're talking about segments 2 up to 3, etc. Most of the doctors are spending time on the internet, and they're doing it more frequently and for a longer period of time. This is basically a reason for us to say that we have to provide information through digital channels. A very important thing is that the official websites of the pharmacological companies' significance have grown more than 50% during the last 18 months. So it means that people are using this information to make decisions, to clarify what is being provided by the producer and manufacturer of medical drugs which are being recommended. The usage of such channels, for example, educational channels and social media, the usage of these sources have declined during this period. If we're talking about the young doctors, let's be frank here. The millennials are going to become doctors as well, and the doctors who were born at the period of the end of the Soviet Union. So these are the practitioners, these are not students anymore, and the significance of the internet channel for this age category from 25 to 35. So internet has become a more sufficient and effective channel of information compared to other channels. What do the doctors think? We wanted to show you the results of the in-depth interviews with the experts in the field of healthcare. Let's take a look at the quotes. "I like webinars and online symposiums. It's comfortable, I don't have to spend time." So this is the first argument. The doctor can listen to those things whether he or she inside the room or on business trip or in transport or whatever. Second, video lectures with the elements of interactive, a possibility to ask questions and to get feedback. You don't have to wait for offline conference in order to spend time in a particular month to adapt your schedule, etc. Here and now a person can receive the answer to his or her question. Webinars and online conferences, very important thing. The doctors understand that the amount of webinars have been increased. But the following doctor says that sometimes we cannot find the relevant speakers, everything depends on them, and this is important, and sometimes we lose sight of it. And the next thing, the usage of the headphones is very comfortable, because it is possible to listen to various webinars in any particular situation. But once again, people are mentioning that sometimes internet is failing, and there are other obstacles which can be considered as the disadvantages of the online channel. Speaking about the complications, so you can see the details here. What is most important here? What the doctors are saying. In some cases, there are complications when they cannot find the time to listen to a particular lecture. In some cases, lots of emails, irrelevant emails are coming, etc. So there is a whole scope of barriers which have to be considered by the manufacturer, and each manufacturer has to minimize those. This is also a part of an action plan, how to react to most relevant challenges. Finally, we can have the several preliminary conclusions. The intensity of media consumption by the doctors is growing rapidly compared to 18 months ago. On the other hand, it's very important to adapt to the search requests of the audience, the requests that have been important to the doctors, and to minimize the technical complications by adapting the content as actively as possible. And the third thing is one window approach. This is very important. For each of us, it is very important. So we take smartphone, there are lots of technical solutions there, we can use them to go on the internet, to watch videos, etc. Why a doctor needs to go to various websites, to use various resources, if they can just go to a website of the pharmacological company, and the significance of those has grown significantly, and to see all the relevant information. So why do we need to take this into account? So why does it provide additional success? I would like to highlight that there are solutions in the markets. The pharmacological companies are providing such content on their distribution platforms, and the competition is growing as well. So why do we need this? Because in order to modernize our work with the audience, we need to increase the devotion to our products. And of course, usage of our website is actually increases this possibility to get it to the target audience and to increase this traffic on our website. On the other hand, it's the growth of loyalty to the portal. When a doctor goes online, they see speakers, the topics, and everything is interesting, so this keeps their attention. Also, it is automation of the internal channels of communication, using the segment of digitized doctors. So let me use the jargonism. So we are taking them into spin. Also, the dedication to the products is increasing due to this seamless communication, the omni-channel marketing, when we're using adapted content, when we are working with a doctor. And what is going to help us achieve the success, Ksenia? Slava, thank you very much for such important information. So what is going to help us to achieve success? Of course, diversity of the content. Content has to be relevant, it has to involve our audience to consume it. We need to use various formats, adaptive, which would reflect the current situation. In this case, we're talking about the patients with COVID-19, various publications of clinical cases, the relevant content which can be interesting to our doctor, and it has to be relevant as well. It has to be updated regularly. And only this is going to increase this devotion of doctors towards our website. The adaptiveness of content, as it has been said by Slava, is very important, but there are lots of complications because the content sometimes cannot be adapted. That is why we need somehow to adapt the content to various solutions for our doctors to use desktop PC and cell phones and tablet, etc. at different times. And of course, the punctuality is very important. We need to provide the information and state the time which is going to be spent to consume the content. And of course, minimization of technical errors is very important because, as I said it, we have seconds to hold the attention of our user. Let's speak about our website. So what KPIs and values are there currently? And what media promotion plans we, as a farm manufacturer, exist? And I'm sure that many companies have the same strategy currently. Together with Medcraft, we have created an ecosystem of the promotion of our website on the internet, which is going to help us to involve and to attract maximum amount of users. Let's speak about the ecosystem of the project, how we can draw the attention of the audience in different therapeutical areas. Here you can see how the traffic streams are going to be organized. There is DIMPI platform, programmatic, So there are formed segments of doctors in different specialties. Then we're going to use social media, just as Vyacheslav said. The role of social media by the doctors is growing day by day. We will also use the contacts ads and Google ads. These channels are going to bring traffic to our website, and then, in order to target the proper audience, we will use social media. It is important to highlight the state of the website here and now. This is the general statistics, the sum of what we have here and now. We have about 50,000 registrations, and these are the doctors. We are validating our database, we are comparing it to CRM database, and after validation, the doctor receives access to the content of our websites. The quality numbers are really good. So about 35% bounce rate, about 6 minutes of average pages time, and about 8 minutes of average time on the website. So these are the KPIs we want to grow. Also, I'd like to highlight that it's very important to adapt the content for mobile devices, because here and now about 65% of the users are using mobile phones to consume our content. And if we're speaking about the traffic, about 80% of traffic is direct referral traffic and organic traffic. And you can see that the share of the organic traffic is rather good, which says that the website is feeling rather good as well. So, and the returning rate is about 25%, which is really good as well. And of course, we want to increase this KPI during the implementation of our project. As it has been mentioned before, it is important to highlight the content which is being published on the website. That is why the first thing that we are going to do, we are going to change the structure of the website. We will have a better routing for our client. We will use more attracting mechanics, of course, comfortable navigation, the main page, which actually is going to show the necessary information right away without spending too much time. The visualization is going to be brighter and more vivid. We will use different formats, and we will focus both on scientific papers and scientific content, as well as we are going to add the debranded sections for the soul and self-development, which is going to help the doctors to widen their range and horizon, which is very appreciated by the doctors. We will also have the subscription per interests to configure the trigger campaigns to send information per subscription. We will allow downloading the materials because you know that the doctors need lots of materials in order to provide them to the patients, let's say the diaries of various illnesses control, or some brochures with the information how to act in particular cases, what to do if you have a particular disease, the diet information, etc. We are going to configure feedback as well to see what the consumers think about our website, the consumers of the content which is being published on the website. And also, we will try to form loyalty to our website to increase this returning rate, KPI. Also, you will see the new structure on this website, and within the several days, within the nearest days, this structure will appear. Here you can already see that a doctor will be able to understand what section he or she is interested in to find the particular information. What format of the content units are we using? Of course, so we are talking about welcome email and video. Each doctor that is registering on our website has to feel how attentive and how caring we are towards every registered user. The doctor, after registration, is going to receive a congratulation email with a link to a video that is going to reflect the main aspects of using the website. Also, we are publishing the interactive calculators. As many people know, every adult has a child inside, and of course they want to work interactively with the content, to add some values, to receive some result, etc. And this is a capability we are going to offer our doctors. It is very important to provide maximum amount of the scientific content, scientific papers and clinical recommendations. And of course, we have to include the scientific videos. We are going to publish this content as well. Alongside the scientific videos, we will have short video materials about our products. Also, we have lots of videos and webinars and short clips, video tweets. Lots of diaries and brochures, the surveys and blanks provided for our doctors, who will be able to download these materials, print them out and give them to the patients. And of course, it is very important to make the content diversified, but also we need to instill new life to the webinars, which are held in more of a standard format. This is a decision we made. We are going to have two formats of webinars, quiz and scribing. So let me tell you what is quiz in this particular case. These are the video blogs with questions. Each video blog is launched, video part section is going to be launched by a moderator. Then there will be questions from the lecturer. The moderator will be able to regulate this process, to supervise it, to launch the quizzes, and to involve the audience into giving answers to various questions. After each section, the results are going to be published, and after the result, the KOL are going to be commenting whether the answers were right or not. Scribing is a very interesting mechanics which is most demanded here and now. It allows to create visual images during the webinar. Each section of the webinar is being processed with the design approach. So the main points are going to be highlighted visually. And during the whole webinar, a whole map of such sections is going to be formed. And this helps to create visual connection to the most important things we want to highlight during the webinar. So what is the business impact which we are going to get out of it? Of course, it's the personal data. We are urging people to register, and we as a company, we receive the personal data. Of course, this increases the coverage and the frequency of the contact. As soon as a doctor becomes our user, we can contact with the doctor through various digital channels. If we take a look at the website, the business impact can be shown as this funnel. We start with maximum media coverage of our audience, and we understand what the demands and requirements are, what search requests are there on the internet. We adapt to those, and then we take our audience to the website. The doctor is registering there, they provide their personal data, and then all we need to do is develop interesting content in different formats to keep the users on our website, to raise and grow the loyalty towards our website. This is going to increase the frequency of the contacts and the coverage. And moreover, we are creating the devotion towards the products of our company. And we really hope that our products are going to be useful and demanded in the everyday practice of our doctors. So to sum up, what should we keep in mind when we are working with the doctors on the website of the pharmacological company? First of all, Do the A/B testing. Don't decide for your clients. They know better what they want to see on our website. Involve marketing on each stage for them to be aware and for them to become your counselors. Also, in case you have ambiguous question, launch quizzes, surveys, and publish the results, and based on those, publish the content. Always supervise the website. Look at the statistics, see how the content is consumed. Hold the interviews with the doctors. They are reacting to our requests if you are not too obnoxious. React to best practices in the market. You can fine-tune things and make it your particular thing. Look for new formats and the connection points. So always put yourself in the client's shoes, what they would like to see on your website. And to conclude, we would like to quote a wonderful lady, Max Frei. What she said: "Don't be afraid of what you cannot make. Be afraid of what you don't try. So try it and you will be successful."